Next, we have Justin Forzano. And Justin is the founder and CEO of Open Field, another Pittsburgh organization for, it's called Sport for Social Impact, with the mission to improve the lives and futures of youth through soccer by promoting health, education, equity, and peace. Under Forzano's leadership, the organization engages almost 1,000 youth in year-round educational soccer programming in Cameroon, Africa, as well as in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Where are you, Justin? There he is.
Right here. Thank you so much for the introduction. All right. Thanks for the opportunity to share more about Open Field and our work in sport for social impact and sport-based youth development. So let's go ahead and dive right in. I believe I'm sharing my screen. Everyone can see, yeah?
Yes.
All right, perfect. So we are a sport-based youth development organization, or Sport for Social Impact. And so what we do is we capitalize on the inherent values in team sports, like communication, teamwork, discipline, time management, all of those things that you might think of when you think of, successful teams, successful athletes. And then we turn it up like a notch. And I like to say, a lot of people think of us as a soccer organization. And I like to say, we are a relationship organization. So we try to be very intentional with the design of our programs, like many of our peers, across the field, so that we capitalize on the relationships that are built between coaches and players, and also between players on the field. And we leverage those relationships to really go far beyond just sport and address really important social issues, things that are impacting kids, whether it be focused on health, education, life skills, leadership building, a number of different things. We can leverage the passion that kids have for sport to make an impact far beyond the playing field. And we've been going for 10 years now, and we have a team in Cameroon that manages our programming there on the ground that engages 1,000 kids in 3 different cities. And then we just expanded our programming to Pittsburgh in 2019. So we strive to align our outcomes and impact with the UN Sustainable Development Goals, specifically the 4 that you see here on the screen. So as you're all aware, being learning and play practitioners, the benefits just from physical activity as they support, good health and well-being, physical, psychological, social, all of those things come from, playing team sports. We really strive to make sure all of our kids are in school, stay in school, stay focused and work to graduate, and then think about, what's for them beyond school. Our programs engage both boys and girls. So, we do 2 things around gender equity. One, making sure that our girls programs have equal, equal design and are held to the same standard as our boys programs. So they see themselves as equals, right? And then we also are very intentional about the design of the program, thinking about like the topics that we discuss and how we discuss them, and also working to have women coach mentors so that, girls are learning from women. Just the same as boys, learn from young men who serve as our coach mentors. And then goal number 8, in Pittsburgh, we have a youth employment program, a project that I will share a little bit more about. So our approach is youth-led and community-based. And as I mentioned, we were founded in Cameroon in 2010. And so we started out with after-school programs. And then after a couple years, we shifted to a community-based model where we worked with existing soccer teams. And after a few years, we found ourselves really kind of hitting a wall. And we realized it was because a lot of the coaches that we were working with didn't have the same values as our organization. So a lot of the learning wasn't happening like we had envisioned. And so we kind of just put the brakes on. This is in 2016, and took a few steps back, invited kids in, the youth that were participating in our programs, and asked them, what do they want to see out of the programs? And as a result of that, we came up with this approach where youth are the coaches, they're the referees, they are the statisticians. In Cameroon, they elect their peers to a youth council that helps guide us in the design of the leagues and also community service projects that are implemented alongside of them. And the learning that we did in Cameroon, or that we took from Cameroon in 2016, 17, 18, we transferred here to Pittsburgh. And so in Pittsburgh, what you see, a very similar model for soccer folks or sports folks. It's small-sided, so it's 5-on-5, which has a lot of benefits because you can activate smaller spaces. You don't need a full-size field to play. It gets more kids active in the game. So with a small-sided approach and with kids taking an active leadership role, it allowed for leadership, for mentoring, and for activating spaces, underutilized spaces in communities for, to make them safer and to make them more accessible and open for anyone that wants to play. And so I do want to share a little video with you of one of our youth participants, or of actually a highlight of our program that we piloted in 2019 with this youth-led approach here in Pittsburgh.
My name is Hamadi. I'm 17. I'm a junior leader for Open Field, and I live in Brighton Heights, right behind Northview Heights. What we do is gather all the youth from like 14 to like 7, and we help them learn basic skills of soccer, how to communicate with each other, teamwork.
I'm going to give you 5 reasons why you should respect our planet. 1, it's the only home we have. 2, it provides us with food and water. 3, it gives us...
What I do here at Open Field is I help out with the youth. We play soccer, and we just have fun.
And this program has really taught me how to be responsible, become a better man, more life lessons, how to be a better influence to the younger people, and just how to be a better model overall.
Good game.
Good game. I have amazing moments every time I come here. Kids are actually really awesome. I have fun with them almost all the time.
Pra me curar, pra me afastar de todo mal.
The point of this whole program is bringing people together that might not know each other, or that might not meet or mix any other way, and using sport. And for us in soccer, using sport to do that, to achieve that goal, right? And so what we hoped from all of this is that when you see somebody that you saw in this program or that you met in this program in the future, you use the opportunity, and the same thing that we do, before and after every soccer game, say hi, shake their hand, right? If you forget their name, introduce yourself. Use this connecting point that we had in the field this summer to continue forward as a connecting point in the future.
Por aí, sem te encontrar, vou pedir a Oxalá. Oxalá. We love you. Peace.
All right, so that was obviously pre-COVID. That was 2019, like I mentioned. But what you saw there was in a neighborhood in Pittsburgh where there's a large majority of African refugee mixed with predominantly Black community. And so there's been a lot of issues, a lot of discord in the community. And so what we really strived to do was to use the game and in partnership with other youth serving organizations to bring kids together. And so just a few highlights just on the structure of our sessions. We really focus on consistency. So we try to do the same thing, at least the same structure for our programs week in, week out. Relationships are really big. We try to employ coach mentors from the community. So like for one example, we have one of our coaches, Coach Yusuf, who is actually from Tanzania, working in one of our neighborhoods, native Swahili speaker. So sometime like last summer, he was running sessions entirely in Swahili with a lot of newcomers, that have just come to the US in the last 18 months. We try to give youth an active voice in leading the exercises so that they, take ownership of the program. Of course, we incorporate learning, we make it fun, and then you got to have snacks, right? A few highlights, you can see, some of the numbers since we've launched in Pittsburgh, about 150 youth in a few different neighborhoods across the cities. We focus on part-time summer jobs for high schoolers. Last year, despite COVID, because soccer is an outdoor game and because we were able to play outdoor, we ran 62 sessions last year in the summer and fall, and 61 virtual sessions where we would connect on Zoom with our youth. I really want to highlight the Pittsburgh partners. I know I'm running out of time, so I'll wrap it up. But this work, the idea of connecting with and having the community be involved, like we wouldn't be able to do anything. When we came up with the idea to take the model from Cameroon and bring it here to Pittsburgh, like I highlight the Somali Bantu Community Association of Pittsburgh because we worked hand in glove with them. Like they told us where the program should be, when it should be. They helped us identify high schoolers to serve as youth leaders. That's just one example of how we work with, whether it's a refugee resettlement agency, a youth serving organization, an immigrant serving organization. They really help dictate how we do what we do. And they also help us identify issues that we can work to address. And these are some of the outcomes that we were able to see last year from our in-person programs from youth. Kids feel like they belong, they feel healthy when they're at our programs, they feel like they can trust their coach mentors and that the coach mentors are there to help them. They feel more confident in themselves and they connected with kids, that they may not have known before. And like play, for us it's soccer. And that's kind of what we do to make an impact in the life of kids. So thanks for the opportunity to share and look forward to the rest of the session.
Thank you, Justin. That was great.